see fist fight, you know. It's what you get in this league when you go on the road, particularly at home usually too. So really proud of our kids that stayed the course. They converted some really big plays on us, some of which we were in really good position, and they just made the play. And some we weren't in such great position. We got to learn from those. Offensively, we've probably didn't get the number of points today that I thought we should have been able to. But we found a way to make some big ones when we needed to, and come out of here with a W. That's the ultimate goal. And really, I heard someone say this week, I don't really care about stats or time of possession if you win the game. So it makes the trip home a lot sweeter. And we got to get ready for another difficult one next Saturday.
If I was in the second half, Laquan Treadwell just sort of willed the game to him.
Well, they had played too high almost every snap, which again we were effective enough running the ball, but they kind of just stayed with it. And then when the second half got going a little bit, they started rolling into some one high. And we were like, let's put that tag on every time and try to catch them in one high and throw a fade to Laquan. And we had tried it several times earlier, and they were in two high, but got that one called and rolled one high, and it was a really nice throw and catch.
Once again, you got your run game to open things up for you.
Yeah, I thought, with Lawson coming back, that front is talented. There's some big, talented dudes in it. But I thought we held our own. We had some nice runs. Been nice there at the end to punch out one on 4th and 2 or whatever, 3, whatever it was there to end the game. But I tell you this, after watching all the games the last few weeks, I was not going to punt that thing. To me, I've seen too many bad things happen, and trying to. But we did run it enough to stay balanced for sure.
Hugh, did Laquan talk to you during the week about this game having special meaning for him?
I talked to him and I said, this game is about us getting one step closer to winning an SEC West, and it happened against Auburn at home, but man, that's about the only thing that we can really say. I don't understand people making that out to be the deal. They didn't try to do it to him. It was an accident, a freak thing that happened, man. And if you get caught up thinking about that, then what are you going to think about when it's time to play? And that's the only conversation I had with him, and he's told me, man, I don't know, I'm not worried about that. I just want to go play.
Well, like you rotated Laramie obviously a lot less this game. Could you talk about his conditioning and how you arrived at that?
Well, it's week 2, and he's in better shape to play a game. And you get ends like they do, you want him on the field as much as possible.
Yeah, you mentioned them moving the ball, but they had 3 possessions there in the second half. They get in the red zone. You make them kick field goals. How big was that? What changed?
Those were on explosive plays, really. I think they only had really one drive all day, and but we did give up some explosive plays too. But our defense really rose up really strong in the red zone to force field goals, which was huge.
It seemed the offense was maybe a little lethargic or a little slow in that first half. What was kind of going on?
I didn't see it that way, so I don't know. Can't answer that if I don't really agree with it. So I was pretty good.
What can you say about Derrick Jones getting that touchdown catch?
Happy for him. We work plays all week long that are kind of shot plays for us, and try to gear them to certain people. Derrick can really run, and really felt like at that point, he's fresh legs, and thought he might be able to win on a double move.
Going for it on 4th and 1 there in Auburn's territory, what was your mindset going into that play?
The score was 13-10. Our defense was playing really good, and we really felt like you kick a field goal there, it's still a 1-score game. Really thought, which is not bad, but you really know that if you're able to take it to a two-score game, I thought that would change things a lot. Dan and I felt good about a play we had. Just really thought 2 scores at that time was more important than getting up another field goal.
Were you surprised late in the first half? Midway through the second quarter, Gus went for it on 4th and 2 inside his own territory. You guys got to stop and scored.
A little bit. But I've been in those shoes a lot of times, man. You coach with what got you there. And, he's a gut guy too. And sometimes we're right, sometimes we're wrong. I don't know. He probably felt good about what he was going to call, obviously. I was a little surprised.
How big of a lift was that for you guys? Y'all had a little tough 3 or 4 possessions where you didn't really move the ball, and you punched it in there.
We scored a touchdown after that
Yeah.
one. That was a pretty good lift. Pretty good lift.
Hugh, this
Is that when we had to go for it on 4th down too? Converted with a throw to Evan?
Seems like it, yeah.
Yeah, so yeah, that was a big possession.
Did you learn anything about this team after coming on the road to win this one after the way the last 2 road games have been where it kind of spiraled on you guys?
Well, you learn that coaches and players cannot, we can't function like the normal world does, and when everything's being said about you out there, man, if you let that stuff affect you, man, we can't afford to do that. We're about building young men first and then winning football games second. And I've learned, I think our kids are doing a pretty good job of blocking all the noise out and focusing on getting better. I've learned a lot about myself and our coaching staff and the people that surround your program. And you know what? We don't blink. You just gotta go on and play the next one. We get good stuff said about us one week, and then we get bad stuff said about us the next week. It's one of the few professions that probably has that, and the kids get it too. You know what? We just got to embrace all of it and let it motivate you to be better.
What was your message to Chad after that 4th quarter pick? I mean, bounced back, had that great drive to the touchdown, extend the lead.
I'm gonna tell you, he's a competitive dude, and he pulls harder for the defense when they're on the field. But he'll do some knucklehead things, and he comes right to me and tells me, "I know exactly what I should have done." I say, "You're right, you should." But he makes some big plays for us time and time again, and just really just got with him, and he's on one headset, and Dan and I on the other, and he just said, "All right, tell us what you feel good about from this point forward," and just made sure he was comfortable with anything we called in the passing game, and he played solid, down the stretch.
That is 12 interceptions for him.
Sorry?
That is 12 interceptions for him this season. How much of that is a concern for you these last couple of games?
It's a concern,
Yeah.
for sure. Depends on how they're made, but the majority of those are made, that you would have to say he's at fault. Like one today that he hit one of our guys right in the hands.
Mm-hmm.
We were going to get some points off that too right before the half. But so that's not really his, but then some, like the other one that he threw, that's a very simple read for us, and he should have totally been working the other side of the field. But you know what? We're going to go coach him better. We got to coach him better. I've got to help. Dan's going to keep coaching him. But yeah, it's a concern.
Last question. You mentioned the blinders this team has on. Do they know what's in front of them, though? They still have the West out there.
They know exactly. I just told them. Arkansas Razorbacks at home 2:30 next Saturday.
How did you and Dan do play calling this week?
Dan probably called 80% of it, I would say. Thought he did a good job. Good job. I mean, we talk about it in between. I say, here's what I think, here's the package. I mean, we know what's in the package, and let him and Matt talk about the ranking of it while I'm on the defensive channel. So they're talking about, hey, coach wants to run this package, and I know what's in it because I've worked with them all week on it, and they kind of prioritize he and Matt together on the order of that package or that formation or whatever it is that we're going to.
All right, thanks, guys.